Welcome to the Sanlorenzo stand at the 2024 Cannes Boat Show, where behind me here is one of their big new launches of the season. Now, this is the SP92. SP is their sporting line, and this is the second model in the range. Last year they started with a 110. This is the all-new 92, and it is a serious piece of kit. It's about 9 million euros worth. It is powered by twin 2,000 horsepower MAN engines, and it is capable of 38 knots. And we're going to show you everything there is to see. My name is Hugo Andreae. You're watching Motorboat and Yachting. Let's go and tour it. Starting at the back end here, a couple of things to point out. We've got a big beach club zone. This central section of the platform here lowers into the water and creates steps down into it. And then this whole wider section here is part of a tender garage. And we'll attempt to show you that now, but the whole thing lifts up and reveals a launching place for the Williams 395 tender. So you can see how low that tender garage is. So it's a Williams 395, just slides straight in. You can drive straight from the sea up into the garage, and then the whole thing stows safely away under that stern platform. With the garage door open, it's also a good opportunity to see those huge water jet drives. So that's what propels the water out the back, and because it creates less drag than a conventional propeller, it enables those higher top speeds. Now, as with all Sanlorenzos, it's very much a custom build. So the hull itself is obviously standard, but almost everything else is up for grabs, including the modular furniture on this aft cockpit area. So they've gone for a big sort of combined sofa lounge central island here, but you could have dining tables, you could have seats, sun pads. That's entirely up to you how you spec it. Now you can see we've got carbon fiber supports for the sun canopy. There's a big sort of sail fabric that stretches over here, providing a certain amount of shade if you want it. The whole area connects down to that lower platform, and of course that one that drops down into the sea. We've also got some quite neat features. There's side gates in here, but they're concealed so you can barely see them, but there's a bin in there, so if you're putting your shoes when you come on board, for instance, but then that whole gate opens up. Beautiful teak all the way around. I love this slightly grey caulking. Access to the engines in there. We'll take a look in there in a minute, but first we'll have a quick run around the decks just to show you that. Big cutouts in the bulwarks here. Massive pop-up cleats. This hard top extends out overwards above your head, providing a little bit of shade. Got a big foredeck area now. It is a little bit windy, so I hope it's not too noisy on camera, but you can see we've got a lovely socializing space here. Again, you can spec this pretty much how you want. Here they've gone for two high-low tables, but you can have those drop down and have a fill-in, so there's a sun pad there. That said, you've already got a big sun pad area here. The other thing they've done is try and conceal all the deck gear. So this looks nice and clean as it is, but if I pull back the little latch in here, you can lift it up and see you've got access to all the mooring gear here. But it's a nice way of keeping it neat and tidy when it's not being used, but easy access when you do want it. There's storage under here too, and of course access to the anchor locker. Run back along the side deck, and one thing to point out from this side, this whole sliding glass section opens up and becomes a great big door, but it's more impressive to show that from inside. The other thing to see is cleverly concealed within these pillar supports are the huge air intakes that feed those engines down below. One of the very distinctive features of this SP line are these angle sliding doors. Rather than just having a flat plane of glass, you've got this very distinctive kink in it. The other big unique feature is the way it has a kind of split level approach to the interior. It keeps everything very open and gives massive amounts of headroom in this aft lounge. Now, this can be spec'd how you want it. You could have a bar area. Here they've gone for just a small aft lounge, but there you can see the shape of those doors there, and look at the headroom above me here. It's absolutely towering. Effectively, it's 1.5 decks rather than just the one. And then you've got access down into the cabins below and up to the upper lounge. So it keeps the whole boat very open. That was one of the key features they wanted in this boat, to feel as open and airy and enjoy the natural surroundings as much as possible. So a few steps up to the upper lounge area. We've got we've got 4 freestanding chairs here, and there is that huge opening window door that I spoke about from outside. I'm not going to open it at the moment because it is so windy outside, but imagine how special that would be with the doors wide open. But even with it closed, you get an idea of just how much light there is pouring into this area here. Got a circular dining table here. Again, that's totally up for grabs. You can choose to fit it out exactly how you want. But it's a very nice, clean, minimalist look. You know, rather than being overly fussy or massive amounts of built-in furniture, they've kept it very open, very cool, very calm, and maximizes the flexibility or the versatility for how you want to use the space. Now behind here is the stairs up to the sports bridge. We'll take a look at that, but I did want to show you this rather special little feature. Looks just like a normal cupboard, but the doors swing open out the way, and you've got a beautiful little bar area, all backlit with crystal and mirrors. Got an ice maker, fridge, and a little drawer for other bits and pieces. But I love the fact that you can leave it open. It looks fantastic, but if you want to tuck it all away when you're cruising along, that just closes up and you never know it's there. Now, whilst we're up here, I also wanted to show you how it connects with the crew and the helm. Now, this unit here, at the moment, this is just storage, but you can have a day heads if you want on this side. Here, they just kept it a little bit smaller and just use it for storage. But I love this glass bulkhead that separates the helm area from the guest station. So it means you can have maximum views, maximum light, means the captain can get a great view out the back too, but also a certain amount of privacy. And if the guests want to close it up and chat, then this door slides across and you can have a complete screen across there. But let's have a bit of a look at the helm station, because this is pretty cool too. Now, they've gone for a leaning post style seat. There is a little drop down cushion if you want to use it as a chair, but it feels like the natural position is to lean back against there and take control of the helm. Really focused looking bridge deck. We've got a sporty little steering wheel, surprisingly small here. It's all fly-by-wire, so you can see it's a self-centering wheel. Controls, all the main controls, those are the throttles for the 2 big MAN engines and the MJP water jets. We've also got a joystick control for them. If you want even more detailed access, here are all the controls for the jet buckets, for the engine starters, searchlights, rudder angles. But again, in the interest of clean, minimalist design, they all tuck away under that cover. 2 huge touchscreen controls. You can see we've got a sort of bird's eye berthing assist. This is the Avicus Neuboat system, but gives you an overview of where your boat is and helps it when you're coming alongside to berth it. Raymarine MFDs, Humphrey trim tabs, and I think I've seen a Seakeeper control. I think that was in here too. Ah, yeah, here we go. That's the control for the Seakeeper stabilizer. Now, because everything forward of this is crew area, We've got access directly out to the side deck, so if you need to get out and deal with lines and fenders, and then also access down to the crew space below decks, which is forward on this boat. And it's surprisingly generous space. You've got a nice little crew mess over here, little TV screen, as well as repeats for the Raymarine systems. The galley, this is the only galley on board. It is very much designed to be a crewed boat, so rather than having a galley upstairs, that's all below deck in the crew area. Professional standard catering facilities, big oven, big induction hob, sinks, and all the chiller units behind here for fridges and freezers. We've also got washer dryer, and then 2 crew cabins. You can see we've got bunk beds here, ensuite facilities there, and there is a mirror version of that in there. I'm going to leave that private because I believe the crew are on board at the moment. So let's come back out and work our way down through the boat. So access down to the cabins is through this little aft lobby area, and you can see how lovely and open that all feels with that upper saloon up there, just gently easing down through a curved staircase to the lower deck. Now this is quite a cool area. This space here they've left as a snug, but it can be a 4th cabin if you want it. But I rather like the way they've kitted this out. You can see there is a sliding door in there if you want to have a bit of privacy and make it into a television snug. Oh, you can slide that door across. There's another cool feature here, which if I just twist a knob over here, you can see out of that bulkhead a TV starting to slide out. I won't go the whole way, but you can get the picture of how once you close this area off, the TV comes out and you've got a really cool little snug. The kids can sit down here, watch TV while the parents chat or have dinner up above. If you prefer to have it as a cabin, you can of course spec it as a cabin. There's plenty of room for bunk berths in here. We've also got ensuite facilities, really decent size shower, sink, loo. I don't quite know what the bed arrangement in here is. You can probably either have a convertible sofa so you can keep it as a lounge during the day and beds at night, or you can spec it as a proper cabin with, I'm not sure if it's singles or twins, but there's enough space to have sleeping accommodation here too. Just slide that pocket door away, and then moving forward through the boat. On the starboard side we have one of the guest doubles. Very distinctive look, the way the deck head curves around here. The other thing Sanlorenzo are well known for is the quality of their stainless steel work, and these wonderful chunky stainless steel hatches. They all open up, so if you want natural ventilation you can do that. Obviously it's all air conditioned as well. We've got a TV, well at the moment it's in the sort of picture mode, so it looks either like a piece of artwork, but it's a TV when you want it to be. Ensuite bathroom, very stylishly done. You can choose exactly what marble and finishes you want. Hanging space behind here. You must be Italian, because if you want your clothes on show, you've clearly got enough style and enough fashionable clothes to make sure you're happy to see them. We've got a second double over on this side, much the same with that lovely curved deck head, the semi-transparent hanging locker, and of course another ensuite bathroom over on this side. But let's go forward and take a look at the owner's cabin, because that is pretty special. So there we go. You can choose to have this arranged how you want. You can have the bed centrally facing aft, but this way when you come in, it means that you're not automatically walking straight into the bed. It's tucked up against the starboard side. Even bigger wardrobe area. Those same stainless steel portholes. The other thing I should point out is that you can see recessed in that little slot there are a pair of wooden shutters that slide across electronically. So rather than having anything as simple or basic as curtains or even blinds, it's got electronic shutters that slide out. Now it is full beam, but the bathroom shares some of that beam. But yet again, you've got the option of pulling across a door so you can keep all the light coming through, but separated off for a bit more privacy in the bathroom area. That said, it is pretty private anyway. The loo is in a separate space over on this side. Really good size actually. And a shower over on this side. I think it's a really clever use of space to use the full beam so that you can have the bathroom open during the day but close it off at night if you want a bit more privacy. So there you go, standard with 3 cabins or 4 cabins if you convert that into a bedroom area too. Right, we have one more space to show you, and that is the flybridge, which is accessed from the starboard side deck. And you can see recessed in here, there's a little staircase leading up to the flybridge. I say flybridge, it's more a sports bridge really. You'll see what I mean. It's a very simple, minimalistic area. There's lots of options you can do up here. At the moment, they've just got it all as a vast sunpad area space, but there is room if you want coffee tables or seating. But the bit I really like is this helm station. You wouldn't even know it's there. But if you push this button here, unfortunately, I don't think it's turned on at the moment. I think the electrics are switched off, but this is essentially a folding helm station. So that swivels round, rotates up, and you've got all the boat controls here. So you can drive the boat from up here if you want to, but when you're not using it as a helm station, it all folds away and keeps very neat. The other thing to point out is that further forward, this is all a solar array. And the idea of that is that during the daytime, when the sun's shining, you can use that to run all the standard hotel electric modes, so your air conditioning and so on can all be powered from these solar panels. So this is the access down to the engine room. I'm just going to drop down because it's quite a steep ladder, so I can't really do it holding the camera, but I'll show you around once I'm down there. This is the heart of the SP92. Here are the 2 big 2000 horsepower MAN engines. You can see there's plenty of space to move around down here. It's all very nicely lit. This is the tender garage, but because it's between the widely spaced engines, there's plenty of room to get to everything you need to. Down there is the large Seakeeper 26 gyro stabilizer. And if we come around here, we've got air conditioning units here, pumps for all the tanks along this side, and you can see just under there you've got one of the 2 twin Marsa generators. But these are the power units. The MJP water jet propulsion system you can just see starting to appear down there. But together, this is what makes a 92-foot boat capable of a top speed of over 38 knots. Let's finish up this tour of the Sanlorenzo SP92 on this beach club area. Because boats of this size and speed are becoming an increasingly rare beast these days. But what I like about the SP92 is that as well as being impressively fast and no doubt great fun to drive, it's also a really nice boat to spend time on board. With that elevated saloon and that split level access down to the cabins below, it feels a gentler kind of performance boat. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look around something a bit different. Do please let us know what you make of the boat in the comments. Of course, if you've enjoyed the video, we'd love you to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And as ever, thank you very much for watching.